We're going to start talking about what it means to provide power and communication to folks who don't have any. And we actually have a surprise guest today. Where is he? Josh Cox. He just found out a couple days ago he was coming to town and invited him to join us. So he is not in your agenda, but Josh is the CEO and co-founder of Community Power South, a nonprofit solar developer helping build resilient communities across the Gulf South through clean energy and battery storage. His work focuses on creating community resilience hubs, powering schools, churches, and facilities so they continue serving residents during hurricanes and other climate disasters. By combining renewable energy, workforce development, and community partnership, Josh is helping communities take a more local and equitable approach to energy resilience. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. I want to ground my talk in a personal story. So on August 25th, 2021, my first child was born. And aside from the sheer joy and fear of being a first-time parent, there was also a Category 5 hurricane that was barreling towards New Orleans. Now, we were not allowed to leave the hospital for 2 days, which meant that we kind of lost our opportunity to leave the city because in any direction there would have been contraflow traffic and we would have been in traffic for 10 hours. And so I started to think, okay, what's the next best option? Well, there was a hotel that I knew did not lose power during Hurricane Katrina. And so I made phone calls and we were able to get into this hotel. We were on the 13th floor and I got to admit, I felt pretty doggone good about myself. I was like, we're going to be safe. Little did I know that this Category 5 hurricane wouldn't necessarily damage the city, but it would damage the power grid. Several poles were knocked into Lake Pontchartrain, into the Mississippi River, and all of New Orleans, no matter where you were, was without power for about 2.5 weeks. So the day after the storm passed, my wife, who was still reeling from labor, had to walk down 13 flights of stairs. We had to have help carrying all of our gear. And we got into a car and went to our house. But our house didn't have power. And so a friend of mine who'd already left town gave me the key to his house, told me where it was hidden, and I went and got his gas generator, put it in my car, drove it in front of my house, turned it on. And that was great. It was able to power a fridge and a small AC unit. But guess what? We ran out of fuel in 36 hours. And, you know, in that 36-hour period, we actually became kind of a beacon for everyone on our block. Everyone was coming over to our house. Folks were bringing food and other supplies that were going to go bad to our house so that everyone could grill, because we were the only people on our block who had power. But when that ended, we said, hey, we got to get out of here. And so we ended up leaving. But ours is a story of a good, happy ending. There were over 30 deaths just in the New Orleans area, and none of those deaths had anything to do with the hurricane. They all had to do with the outage of power. And so this brings us to one of the core problems that all of us are here to solve today. Climate change is going to do what it does, but we have control over power outages and the death and destruction that they cause. And nowhere is this more prevalent than in the Gulf South. My hometown, New Orleans, is a part of the epicenter of power outages in the continental U.S. As you can see, we have the largest concentration of power outages that last more than 8 hours. And so after Hurricane Ida, in the wake of doing the research, a group of pastors got together and said, never again. Never again will there be deaths in Houston, in other parts of our area because the power goes out. And so they hatched a really creative and ambitious vision. What does it look like to have a resilience hub that is a 15-minute walk from every single place in Louisiana, particularly in New Orleans? And so that's what birthed the community lighthouse model. A community lighthouse is a microgrid that is on an anchor community institution. You've got a solar PV, you've got battery backup, and then you've got a load management panel. But it's not actually those technical components that make a community lighthouse spectacular. It's actually the human infrastructure. It's the relationships, it's the trust, it's the proximity to people's homes that make lighthouses transformative. There's an organization in Louisiana, Together New Orleans, and it is made up of about 50 anchor community institutions. And Together New Orleans did a phenomenal job of raising capital, public money, to be able to install these microgrids. And so you can, if you just scroll basically to the end slowly, you'll be able to see some of the projects that have already happened. To date, we have installed 20 microgrids throughout Louisiana, 15 of which are in New Orleans. And by the end of 2026, we'll have installed another 5 microgrids. And what's so exciting about this is that this is an investment in infrastructure that we know we will need. Every single year in New Orleans, we know that we are going to at least be threatened with 3 to 5 named storms that are headed directly in our towards us. And so we got our first test of the lighthouses 2 years ago during Hurricane Francine. Now, by our standards, this was a baby storm. It was only like a Category 2. Nothing was really damaged except the power went out for about 36 hours. But it showed the power of this model. Of our 13 lighthouses that were constructed at the time, 9 of them opened, and they served about 2,300 people, 1,800 meals. Water was distributed from these points. In fact, government started to actually arrange resources around these lighthouses because it was clear that they were going to have power. And so this is the model for how we can save ourselves. You know, in the current world that we're in, it's foolish to rely on FEMA to save you. It's foolish to believe that your state is going to save you. It's foolish to believe that your municipality is going to save you, not because those people aren't good and they aren't working hard, but because the challenges are overwhelming. And so we need to be figuring out how to empower people on the ground to save themselves and to save their neighbors. And so that's the power of the Community Lighthouse Initiative. And I'm really grateful to have had the opportunity to talk to you about it.